Long-range rifle shooting started almost as soon as the rifle was invented. Man tends to push the envelope of performance with any technology, but for the uninitiated, getting started can feel overwhelming. So to ease this process, I've assembled a list of my top long-range calibers, outlining their best uses and objectively dissecting their positive and negative attributes. Also, as a side note, I'll limit this list to calibers currently in production by major ammo makers. Let's get started. In the world of practical precision rifle competition, there's an arms race among light recoiling 6mm cartridges. Many of the contenders are based on the 6mm bench rest cartridge. That family includes the 6mm BRA, 6mm BRX, and 6mm Dasher. Of these, the 6mm Dasher is the current champ in terms of popularity and winning. The Dasher was the brainchild of bench rest shooters Dan Dowling and Al Ashton, who developed it in 1999. Over the years, the round has set numerous records in 600 and 1,000-yard bench rest competitions. So when the PRS started to catch on in 2012, it wasn't long before those shooters started looking at this stubby little round. Dan and Al started with a 6mm BR case and blew the neck forward 0.1 inches. They also increased the neck angle to 40 degrees. Since case length remains the same, this results in a shorter neck, but it's still sufficient for excellent accuracy when loaded correctly. The resulting 6mm Dasher case provides roughly 10% more case capacity than the standard 6mm BR, which provides an extra 130 to 150 feet per second velocity with a 105-grain bullet. Some competitors load their 6 Dashers close to 3,000 feet per second, but many prefer to extend case and barrel life by loading to around 2,850 to 2,900 feet per second. The key to the Dasher rounds is their consistency. With proper hand loading technique, the Dasher delivers muzzle velocities with minimal shot-to-shot standard deviation and extreme spread. Those predictable velocities mean that shooters can calculate their trajectories at longer ranges with extreme confidence. Since the velocities tend to be mild, it's also easy for shooters to manage the rifle recoil and spot their hits and misses, which is another key to success in practical rifle competition. 6.5 Creedmoor is arguably the best all-around long-range cartridge that won't break the bank. Make no mistake, it's by no means cheap, but compared to dedicated ultra-long-range rounds like 338 Lapua or 28 Nosler, 6.5 is a bargain. Developed in 2007 by Hornady ballistician Dave Emery in partnership with Creedmoor Sports VP of Product Development Dennis DeMille, 6.5 Creedmoor was built from the ground up as a long-range round. Although considered a medium-power cartridge, 6.5 Creedmoor produces a remarkable 2,400 foot-pounds of energy, making it appropriate for hunting medium game at long range. What makes 6.5 Creedmoor such a great long-range cartridge is its ability to retain speed and power at longer ranges. This means that the round better resists wind and still hits distant targets with enough energy to put them down reliably. To give you an idea of how excellent this round's ballistics are, a 143-gram ELO round will still travel at 1,470 feet per second at 1,000 yards. Compare that to a 308 Winchester round that'll only fly at 1,100 feet per second at the same distance. Furthermore, 308 Winchester will have an extra 100 yards of drop, and assuming equal amounts of wind, around 90% more horizontal drift due to wind currents. But what about guys who want to reach out even further or slam steel effortlessly at 1,000 yards? Just how good is the 338 Lapua? In the hands of a skilled shooter, it's unbeatable. When precision matters, the 338 Lapua Magnum ensures your target drops even at over 1,000 yards. The purpose-built, hard-hitting Magnum round still travels 1,358 feet per second at 1,500 yards. Initially designed in 1983 as a sniper-specific cartridge in the United States by Research Armament Industries, the round was further refined by Sacco and Accuracy International in 1998 to improve its performance. Standard loads include 285-gram hollow point boat tail and 300-gram VLD, which both produce over 5,000 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle. This makes the 338 Lapua Magnum more than twice as powerful as 6.5 Creedmoor, which in turn makes it a much better choice for engaging hostiles at long range. Both Special Forces snipers and professional ultra-long-range competitive shooters love this round for its incredible ability to retain so much velocity and energy at staggering distances. United Kingdom Corporal Craig Harrison used an Accuracy International rifle chambered in .338 Lapua Magnum to kill a pair of insurgent machine gunners in Afghanistan at an incredible 2,707 yards back in 2009. Craig reported that it took him and his spotter 9 rounds to zero in on the pair of Taliban fighters before delivering a pair of lethal hits. Indeed, few rounds can compete against the .338 Lapua Magnum regarding long-range performance and ballistic efficacy. The only downside to the round is cost, both the ammunition and the rifles chambered in it. For the least expensive rounds available, expect to spend north of $3 per round, and because of the round's incredible power and performance, only specialty overbuilt rifles can handle it, which translates into increased cost. For the chap who pines for Magnum performance but clings to the advantages of a standard-size cartridge, the .280 Ackley improved is a wonder drug. By blowing out the case walls to a straighter taper and the case shoulder to a much steeper angle, P.O. Ackley turned the languishing .280 Remington into a fire-breathing dragon capable of 7mm Rem mag-like performance. The .280 AI smokes big bull elk like a Sicilian crime lord smokes a Cuban cigar. There just shouldn't be that much pure goodness in such a compact package. Want to take your match shooting skills across no man's land into the murky realm of long-range hunting? Load your .280 AI with Hornady's new 162 or 175 grain ELD-X match-accurate hunting bullets and never look back. Courtesy of the genius of Ackley's design, you can safely and effectively fire garden-variety .280 Remington ammo in your .280 AI rifle. In fact, that's the least expensive way to produce appropriate brass for your improved chamber. That little characteristic has pulled more than one wandering adventurer molested by the unreliability of the airline out of a slump and put him back in the hunting game. Plus, Nosler loads factory .280 AI ammo for those who don't hand load. America's favorite battle rifle caliber, .308 Winchester, has a long history of reaching out and touching belligerents at extended ranges. This hard-hitting round initially saw military service with the United States Army in the venerable M14 rifle and M60 machine gun, but later found great success in precision rifles like the M24. By modern standards, .308 Winchester has somewhat lackluster ballistics. Still, with a proper dope sheet or a calibrated BDC reticle, .308 Win can reach and touch targets at 1,000 yards with enough energy to do severe damage. At least that's true on paper. In field conditions, hitting a target with any variety of .308 Win at 1,000 yards requires incredible shooter skill. Why? For starters, .308 Winchester drops a whopping 450 inches at 1,000 yards. This isn't an insurmountable obstacle in and of itself, but when combined with the round's poor performance in the wind, shooters will have to have the stars aligned to hit a moderately small target at that distance. That said, the round is still capable at those ranges, and at closer ranges like 500 yards, the .30 caliber round only drops 50 inches, making those hits much easier. It's not the best round in the world for long-range shooting, but it does have a metric ton of data on achieving hits at range and a proven track record of lethality at extended ranges.